Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today we're going to make Chile Colorado. Now, it's not about the state of Colorado. It's not from the state of Colorado. It is a Mexican dish. Some call it a beef or pork stew, but Chile Colorado is its name. So we're going to call it chili because we're making it. We can do that. Colorado in Spanish means colored red. And that color comes from these dried peppers. So the first thing that we need to do is get these things de-seeded and deveined and into that blender. So that's what we're going to do. So the way you do that is just like this. There you go. It's that easy. So really, you need to take a pair of scissors, and for this recipe, we're not going to toast them. If you're going to toast them, you want to get them in as big of chunks as you can. It just makes it so much easier to get that on the skillet and then flip it. But really, these are going straight into the blender, so you can mangle those things however you want. I don't think I mentioned what I have here is 6 ancho chilies and 4 guajillo chilies. So if you have some pasilla, you can mix it up. Basically, you just want to end up with about 8 different chilies. Do you want some fire in it? Well, then you can add some dried chipotles to it. 1 or 2 more. So our next step is to get these soaking. Need them soaking for about 30 minutes in a couple cups of chicken broth. Now, we here love the better than bouillon stuff. So what we're going to do is pour in our 2 cups of boiling water. A big old healthy spoon of the better than bouillon chicken. Get that mixed up real quick. Fantastic. Then in go our peppers. Gonna make sure we get them all submerged. Chilies are in, push them down. There we go. Now we can prep our pork. So now we're going to prepare our pork. What I have here is about a 9-pound bone-in Boston butt. For this recipe, I need about 4 pounds of pork, and I need it cubed up. So here's how you do that. Yeah! So now what we have to do is get these puppies seasoned. It's just a term I use. It's not puppy. Puppy, a little bit different colored meat, a little lighter colored. It wouldn't be this big of hunks. It's not really tender. There's not a lot of meat on them. This is a pig. So, into the bowl goes my pig. And after a thorough paw washing, we're going to hit that with a good amount of salt and pepper and 1/3 cup of flour. Now we're going to get that all mixed up. Just a nice, easy mixture here, getting everything coated. Don't get too rambunctious and mess up your cool cooking duds. Next thing I'm going to do is get my Dutch oven out, and I'm going to brown these on all sides. You've seen me do it before. You've seen other people do it before. Put a little bit of oil in it, bring it up to a medium heat. Get your pork in there, let it set for 2 or 3 minutes in one spot, then start moving it around so you get all the sides browned. That's what we're doing next. All right, so our last batch of pork is just finishing up. Next thing we're going to do is take some whole San Marzano tomatoes, one of those big 28-ounce cans, and I'm going to cook the whole tomatoes in that oil just to give a little char on them, and then we're going to pull those out. All right, now it's time to take those tomatoes out of the Dutch oven, and we're going to stick them right in this blender. Next, we're going to take 1 medium diced sweet onion and add that to our pot. As those onions are beginning to soften, we're going to go ahead and get our Colorado sauce made. Okay, that's good and blended. All right, I like where the onions are. Now, in goes 5 cloves of garlic. Going to cook that for a little bit. It's smelling delicious. Do not fret. All the amounts are down in the description. All right, we've reached the amazing smell point. In goes our Mexican oregano, our fresh sage, our cumin, our bay leaves, and 2 cups of chicken broth. I get that mixed up and scrape that bottom of the pot real well. From here, it's easy. Sauce goes in, pork goes in. We're going to bring that to a boil. Then we're going to cover and let that simmer for about 2 hours. Oh, look at that beautiful deep red sauce. I do not want to waste an ounce of that. Probably the most graceful pork transfer ever. Oh, the smells. Those peppers, the sage, the garlic, the oregano. Oh, this is insane. All right, gonna take it to a boil, turn it down to a simmer, cover it, let it go for 2 hours. I'm gonna get the rice cooking, and we'll see you when we bring it all together. The rice just finished. Our 2 hour simmer is done. It is time to feast on Chile Colorado. What I have here is some diced up green onions, diced up cilantro, and some Mexican cheese. We'll give this a try and try to not melt our faces. Hey, if you liked what you saw today, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button and never miss an episode. Hit that bell next to it and you'll get a reminder, which we all need time to time. All right, so let's give this masterpiece a try. I'll try it first without the cheese. The meat is incredibly tender, and you get that deep, rich, earthy flavor you do anytime that you cook with dried chilies. Absolutely amazing. You need to give this a try. Thank you so much for joining us today. Until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.